Welcome to session number 13 in the audio series Overcoming Social Anxiety Step by Step. In this session, we want to emphasize the positive feelings that exist in the emotional brain, and we want to learn how to let them come out more naturally. These positive emotions, such as confidence, happiness, peace, and calmness, are antidotes to anxiety. Thus, we want to approach these as directly as we possibly can, in addition to the cognitive rethinking strategies that we are already putting into place. These are very much slow-down activities, and they correspond nicely to the very first method we used in session number 2, slow talk. You noticed that as you slowed your speaking down, you felt more relaxed, more calm, and more comfortable. By this time, you have been using slow talk successfully in the real world to prevent your anxiety from rising. No longer do you need to go into freak-out mode about meeting new people or about making a presentation. Because slow talk, among many of the other techniques that you have been working on, has the power to calm you, prevent your social anxiety from rising, and allow you to be mentally clear and alert. In addition, you sound more relaxed and peaceful as you speak in slow talk. For our purposes in this session, the feeling that comes from slowing down our speaking is what we want to emphasize. This feeling comes from the emotional brain, and we want to work on the methods we know will help our positive emotions to grow. We have also worked on peaceful relaxation by use of the relaxation tape in session 4, and the keyword you picked, to associate your feelings of relaxation with the word you chose. This was done so that in real-life situations, you can run your keyword through your mind, and this will remind you to relax, loosen up your muscles, and take a deep breath. Thus, you can be more calm and relaxed anywhere you go if you remember to run that keyword through your mind and allow yourself to loosen up. Keep practicing with your keyword and with loosening up, because you want this to happen automatically as time goes by. Let go of the stress and the tension in your muscle groups. Take a deep breath and relax. Allow yourself to feel the peace and calmness there is in your body as you loosen up. Keep reminding yourself throughout the day to loosen up. This strategy also feeds nicely into the new material we will cover today. Notice that your next handout in the booklet is called Stay Away from the Twilight Zone, Move into the Peace Zone. It is going to build on the peaceful strategies we have already learned. Please look at this handout while I read it. Stay out of the twilight zone. Move into the peace zone. Number 1. When you are not feeling anxious, practice going into the peace zone. Practice this at home, in the car, at work, when you are with other people, etc. Even though you are not feeling anxious at the present time, you can still choose to move into this peace zone. You do not have to be reading a handout to do this. You do not have to be listening to this tape. You do not have to be doing any relaxation technique. Just say to yourself, I choose to go into my peace zone now. Let out a long, deep breath and focus on this peace for a moment or two. If you can visualize a peaceful place or places. Loosen up your muscles and relax. As with everything, this won't work perfectly the first time you use it. But the more you practice with it, the more you will have control over feeling this peace and calmness. Number 2, when you are feeling anxious, tell yourself you have decided to go into your peace zone. Use the same steps as above and visualize if you can. As you already know, if the anxiety is there, moving into your peace zone will be more difficult and take a longer period of time than if it wasn't there. But you can do it and feel it if you keep practicing at it and don't give up. You want to be able to control your present anxiety by choosing to go into your peace zone. Practicing this when you are not anxious makes it easier to handle when you are feeling anxious. This second method takes longer, of course, but it does happen, and you will be able to control and feel the peace if you gently keep going with it. Remember, we want to feel the peace wherever we are and in any situation we find ourselves in. So tell yourself, I choose to go into my peace zone. Sometimes it will work better than other times. But if I continue to do this, I am making progress whether I am aware of it or not. The feelings will occur. They just take longer to occur in difficult situations. So choose to move in this direction. Choose to go into the peace zone. You might see how slow talk, loosening up, and the peace zone all fit together. As you practice on all three methods, you will be growing a feeling of calmness and peace. This calmness and peace is yours. It is occurring in your brain. So accept it and enjoy it, and continue to let it blossom and grow. Next, we have several peace zone handouts. These handouts are different in nature than the cognitive handouts, in that the main purpose of today's handouts are to allow you to feel calm and peaceful. You will notice this as we read the next handout together. It is called Acceptance is an Active Experience, and it builds on the peace zone concept as well as the Accepting Myself as I Am Right Now handout that we covered several weeks ago. With this new handout, more of the emphasis is on the feeling you should get as you read it over in slow talk. This handout is linked to the peace zone and is designed to allow you to feel the calmness, the peace, the relaxation, and the confidence that exists inside your own mind right now, this very moment. Note, we are reading this in slow talk to begin to feel the relaxation, calmness, and peace that is already inside you. Allow yourself to feel these feelings naturally. Acceptance is an active experience. I accept who I am. I am a good person who wants to grow and become better. I accept what's happening in my life. I have decided not to fight it. I know that if I accept it instead of fight it, my negative emotions cannot grow. So I accept because acceptance makes my growth happen faster. In acceptance, there is peace and harmony. I am in the flow, moving in the direction I know is best for me. Fighting, battling, and struggling make my anxieties expand and explode. So for now, I accept, because acceptance, true acceptance, shrinks anxiety. I am moving out and ahead naturally. My attention is on the present. My focus is on the good and positive things that are happening to me today. My mind moves in any direction that I allow it to move. It can move toward worry, or it can move toward peace. I deliberately choose to move toward peace. Active acceptance helps me move toward peace. I am in the flow of the moment when I accept. I know that when I am in the flow, I am moving in a positive direction. My life unfolds neatly and naturally when I am in this peaceful flow. As I stay focused in the present, I learn to actively accept more easily. Active acceptance unleashes a great power. I accept the peace, the tranquility, and the flow. I accept the present moment and the joys that are in it. I accept that this flow is leading me in the right direction. I sit back, loosen up, and let go. I accept this peaceful flow in my life and choose to let it do its work.